HF rocks, by the way. That's on air. Welcome, everybody. This is Nick, K-N6DAL. Thanks for coming to the 2-Meter Crew Anti-Net. Servando wanted to mention right off the bat that HF rocks, so we'll just make sure everyone knows that. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight. First and foremost, I want to thank the owners and supporters of all of the different connections that we have. The W6VVR repeater and the Vac Valley Radio Club, the Contra Costa Fusion repeater systems, the Freestar Network, WG5EEK for his work with all of our digital connections, and for letting us use for all of the repeaters that are intertwined in that mix. Thank you very much. And as always, we want to take a minute just to find out if there's any emergency traffic. If there is any emergency traffic during the anti-net, you can clear the frequency by saying break, break, and give us your call sign. We'll clear the frequency for you, and you can move with whatever traffic you need to pass along. I'll take a break here, see if there's any emergency traffic at this time. All right, nothing being heard. The 2-Meter Crew is not an actual club. We're just a group of ham radio operators. We're learning and enjoying all things ham radio related. There's no cost to be a part of the 2-Meter Crew. For any more information that you'd like on us, you can visit our Facebook site at 2MC or join our Discord group. If you look in the description of the YouTube channel, you'll find a link to Discord on there as well. It's an open net. Everybody's welcome to join. Please feel free to jump in and chime in with your remarks anytime. All right, the 2-Meter Crew, we meet every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock right here on the W6VVR repeater, as well as being linked through multiple digital connections. Echo Link is at WG5EEK-L or W6VVR-R. All-Star Node 51094. DMR Talk Group 314-9964. YSF Reflector 24033. And you can reach us through the Contra Costa repeater system, which is YSF Reflector 80280 and Wires X Room 80280. Freestar also has all-star links on 2195 and 53375. All right, and last but not least, the 2-Meter Crew is also being live streamed right here on Northwest Ham Shack. Appreciate everybody showing your support. If you could like and subscribe to my channel, that'll help us keep this going. And one thing to keep in mind is that since we have so many digital connections, it's always super important to leave as much of a break as you can. We do our best to try to get everybody in that wants to come in and talk. If you can't make it in for some reason, you can always shoot me an email, look me up on QRZ, or message anybody in the coordination group, or talk to us on Discord. We definitely want to get as much activity as we can throughout the night. It's really challenging with all the different lag times and things like that. So when you do key up, wait a couple of seconds before you give your call sign so that we can get that properly. And that's all I've got on that. So thank you very much. All right, and before we get started today, a couple of orders of business. First thing is, some of you may have heard that we lost a valuable member of our ham radio community last week. Chris Brown, call sign N6CMB, passed away. Chris was a huge part of our of the 2-Meter Crew. He devoted time, money, and really strived to make this hobby great for others. He had many hobbies and interests in life. One of the things that he had in common with all of those was his desire just to be a great human and be a supportive person in whatever he did. Chris was a great friend of mine. He will forever be left with a missing seat on the coordination efforts of the 2-Meter Crew Anti-Net. He had a way of creating conversation and interacting with new operators to make them feel welcome and inspired within our hobby. He was never afraid to stand his ground, and yet always willing to be humble and learn from others. Chris, you will be truly missed and loved by the ham radio community. I'm personally forever in your debt. I will strive to take the things that you've taught me in life and carry them forward to help others, as you always did. Thank you for your friendship, your mentorship, and your amazing personality. N6CMB, Chris and Clayton, thank you, and may you rest easy. Your memory will live in the hearts forever of all of us. And if I could, we'll just take a moment of silence just to reflect on Chris and let him be the amazing silent key that he is. All right, with that being said, we'll move on to tonight's topic, which isn't really a topic, it's a radio giveaway. And one of the things that inspired this radio giveaway was, in fact, Chris N6CMB. One of the things that he didn't want me to tell you was that he went out and purchased a bunch of radios and donated them to the 2 Meter Crew in hopes just to help new ham radio operators get on the air, people that needed a leg up, and he was always that giving kind of person. And so in light of that, I would ask that all of you think to yourself, maybe you don't need an inexpensive entry-level radio to get started. Maybe you're progressing in the hobby quite nicely, and that's beyond what you would necessarily need, but maybe there's a new ham radio operator or a potential operator out there that you might be able to touch the lives of, and consider that as your ticket to winning this radio as well. So anybody who checks in tonight is going to be put in the hat. We're going to leave it up to Servando to be the deciding factor on who wins the radio tonight. Servando's in the upper left-hand corner right here. You can do whatever you want. If you want to try to convince him, if you want to beg and plead, if you tell him you don't want it, you're probably going to win it. So just a reminder there. But as far as that goes, anybody's welcome to check in and maybe say a piece about what they knew, if they knew Chris, and how they interacted with him in life. Or you can just tell us about your week in ham radio, or you can just tell us, hey, I want to try to win that radio. Let's go. So with that, I'll pass it on to whoever wants to chime in. This is an open net. Everybody's willing to jump in and say hi. This is Nick, KN6DAL, calling CQ for anybody out there listening.
This is Will, KA3VDT, Golf Drop.
Yeah, we got you here, Will. Go ahead.
Thanks. So I'm kind of new to digital mode, and I was going to call Chris, never did it, but I've only known about him for 2 weeks, and his QTH was very close to me, and but yeah, certainly sounds like a big loss. Rest in peace, Chris. KA3VDT.
Yeah, thank you very much, Will. Appreciate that. Can I just double check your call sign? Was it KA3 Victor Delta Tango?
Yeah, you got it. It's Will. I'm in Walnut Creek.
Awesome. Appreciate you coming in tonight, Will. Let's see if we have anybody out there that is new to ham radio or just maybe recently got their license, upgraded their license. Is there anyone out there that's new or upgraded their license in the last, say, maybe 30 days? All right, maybe there is somebody and they're just shy, so we'll check back here in a little bit and see if anybody's new wants to jump in. Any other stations? Come on in.
KN6 HOK, check it in. Jim and Tracy.
All right, Jim and Tracy, if you could stand by, there was a station right before you. I believe it was KN6HLK. Go ahead.
KN6 HOK, check it in.
How's things going tonight? What's your name and what has ham radio offered you in the last week or so?
So the name here is Gary, and I just received yesterday a ICOM 7100 and started to learn it. I got things programmed in it today using the RT systems, and I'm starting to really enjoy it.
Yeah, Gary, that's awesome. Yeah, that 7100 is a great kind of all band, all mode radio. I hope you have an awesome time with it, and I appreciate you checking in tonight.
KN6CMB, listening.
And let's go back to, I didn't catch the call sign, but I believe it was KN6HLK. Is that you, Jim?
Kilo 6, Eddie Van Halen, Jim and Tracy.
All right, Jim, go ahead. How's it going tonight?
Yeah, it's going well. I just want to give my condolences. I talked to Chris a couple of times. I'm fairly new, October, licensed, and got the vanity call signed as a tribute to the greatest guitar player of all time. And the couple of times I did talk to Chris, he acknowledged the EVH, and yeah, I'm just really bummed about that. I participate in the 2 meter crew pretty much every week. Don't chime in too much, but the few times I did, Chris was really grateful to acknowledge my vanity call, and I appreciated that. Just want to chime in with that and give my condolences. And seriously, I do not need a radio, but I hope it goes to somebody that does need it or can definitely pay it forward. Thank you very much for the net. Kilo 6, Eddie Van Halen, Jim and Tracy, clear.
All right. Thanks a lot for chiming in, Jim. I appreciate that. And yeah, I do remember when you first came in with the Eddie Van Halen call sign, and I specifically remember Chris's eyes lighting up. He was like, "Oh, that's cool." So appreciate that. And then we also had a call sign KN6HLK. Go ahead. Oh, never mind. That was Gary right before you. Sorry. I'm getting my notes all mixed up because everybody jumped in at the same time. Let's see if there's any other stations out there. Go ahead.
CRP.
Mr. Carlos, W6CRP. Go ahead.
Hey, good evening, folks. Just a couple things about Chris. I knew him a little bit from work. We both worked at Chevron in the health, environment, and safety realm. Chris, he graduated from Merchant Marine Academy in '92. He started out as a merchant marine. You know, he kind of was into everything. One of those guys. Did his time at sea. Became a chief engineer. Ended up over at Chevron about 2001, and worked his way into a manager's position for health, environment, and safety there in San Ramon. And you know, inside corporate, they have posts regarding Chris and some of the folks I worked with. You get the same stuff about him when he was at work. He was a much loved manager, and in that environmental realm for an oil company, was always driving to do the right thing. So I mean, that takes pretty strong ethics to stand up in that industry and be an environmental player. He really was. He was just a unique, very cool guy, into sports photography. He was a member of the local Harley Shops Hog chapter. We've been talking a little bit about riding this summer. I won't get that one in, but you don't run into folks like that a lot of times in your life. They're kind of special people. and they hit you quick, and you can just kind of, see what he's made of right away. So he'll be missed. This one kind of hit me hard, and rest easy, Chris.
Thanks so much, Carlos. This is Nick, K-N6DAL, calling any other stations. Come on in.
Number 6, Bravo, XRX, here, Michael from Carmichael. Good evening.
Hey, Michael, welcome aboard tonight. Tell us a little bit. What do you got going on?
First of all, condolences and prayers of comfort to the family and friends of Chris N6CMB. He was definitely a great presence with the Anti-Net, and also he was a great narrator and liked his little trivia and all that stuff. His introductions sometimes were really funny, but he was a great presence while he was part of the Anti-Net, and he'll be sorely missed. And as far as my events, well, just trying to program my FT70DR with the Fusion on there, and hopefully we'll get some help, some Elmer to get the Coco Fusion on my radio in the coming weeks. So back to you, gentlemen. Again, grateful for Chris. May he rest in peace. And again, condolences to all. K-N6PXX, back to net.
Wait a minute. I'm going to pass this back to you, Michael. So I didn't know that you had an FT70. Is that a new radio to you? Did you just get it?
Again, yeah, I just purchased it through HRO, and I'm working. I got a number of mostly 2-meter analog channels programmed for the region. I'll be working deliveries Thursday through Saturday, so I want to get as much program as I can. Again, this is FT70D with the Fusion on there, dual band, and we'll make a go of it. Of course, thankfully, I've got the RT system software help me through it. It makes a difference for sure. Again, we'll see how it goes. Like anything else new, it takes time to learn, so I just need to be patient. K-N6PX, I expected it. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, Michael. Yeah, that's an absolutely capable radio. I think anybody who's ever held one in their hand and used it would probably speak the same. Audio clarity is really, really good. Battery life is absolutely terrible, and it's just a good all-around radio with that exception, in my opinion. But you know what they say about opinions, so let's pass it along. Who else we got out there?
K6RNL. Good to join the Anti-Net again, Nick. This is Greg.
Hey, Greg. Good to hear from you. I know you were on a little bit of a hiatus there doing some traveling, but you're coming in real good. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, I'm traveling again. I'm in Princeton, Hawaii, but I've been gone from the Anti-Net for so long that my distaste of Echolink, I decided to overlook it, and so I'm on Echolink tonight. But yeah, great to be on the Anti-Net. Obviously, what was really exciting to be on the Anti-Net again. It's really sad to hear that beloved member has passed away. So. And, thanks again, Nick, for organizing, easily my favorite ham radio group to join into. I wouldn't be on Echolink in Hawaii if this group of people wasn't awesome to chat with. So back to you, K6RNL.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in, and I appreciate those kind words for Chris and for me. Always good to hear from you. Hope you can make it on a more regular basis, and I hope you enjoy your trip. It sounds like that would be exciting to be traveling around in Hawaii talking on ham radio. I can't think of a better situation to be in. Maybe next week we'll have to reminisce a little bit more on Aaron's trip over to Hawaii. We were all giving him a hard time about that. Any other stations, come on in.
K6CW, South Sound off.
Oh, you were so fast. I think it was K6 Charlie Whiskey Sierra. Okay, I think I got the call sign K6 Charlie Whiskey Sierra. If that was wrong, I apologize, but if you could come back in with your call.
Charlie Whiskey Sierra, Cliff, I'm out of Sassoon.
All right, got you here, Cliff. How's it going tonight?
I'm out of the traffic and having dinner.
Food and no traffic are a couple of my favorite things, so I'd say that's a win. Appreciate you coming in. Any other stations out there?
GST?
Welcome in, Sandy. What say you tonight?
Well, I'm here just like everybody else is, and I just want to say this. Chris was a unique... So, you know, he had lots of friends. When you were with him, he felt like you were his only friend. He focused on you, and he paid attention to you, and he cared for his friends. And that's what makes it hard for us to lose people like Chris, but we don't lose them really, you know. We carry them with us, and hopefully we emulate them as we go on in life. And I hope I can do the same. And because it is so crowded here tonight, let me go ahead and pass the wand over. Let me pass the one over to Ben, because he's going to have trouble getting in. So let me go ahead and give it to Ben. Go ahead.
Bobby?
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Chris very long, so I'm going to say this about a great guy. Chris and Bobby have shown me a great deal of friendship. Chris, I mean, he tried to do everything to help me out, and for that I'm grateful. And he was a good friend. Like Sandy said, he treated you special, and yeah, it was kind of nice being a neighbor of his, and you know, there was just so much, and I was actually expecting to see him, and it was unfortunate, but yeah, it's a tough egg to swallow, but we all have to, and I just wanted to let you know how much I cared for the guy, and I didn't know him that long, but it was one of the most quality short-term friendships I have ever had in my life. 73 to Chris N6CMB, and to the group, W6LOB Clayton.
Yeah, Ben, thank you very much for those kind words. And you know, you had mentioned you didn't know him for very long, and to be 100% honest, it didn't really take very long to get to know Chris. It was really easy to see what kind of person he was right from the start, and I think a lot of people that are here tonight were touched by that, and so I appreciate the kind words, and he will be truly missed. So thank you. Next station, come on in.
And 6K, I'd like to say a word about Chris. I know that I've only known him this past year too, and you know, part of the community. He was just a really, really genuine guy, and you know, in a lot of the conversations I'd have with him as well. Not only was he a big Ham fan, he was kind of a Renaissance man. You could sit there and talk to him about all kinds of stuff. I sat there and talked to him about cars one day, or like photography or something like that. The guy was like a man of many talents, and I really miss the guy. Like I said, you know, I don't know him. I didn't know him as well as a lot of people here, but he was really integral and making me feel really good with this community, and I will surely miss that guy. Thanks for letting me talk. Dan 6K.
All right, thanks a lot, Greg. Next station, come on in.
6FAK.
Jason, come on in. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Ran some errands here in the Jeep, but yeah, Chris was outstanding. You just can't say enough nice things about Chris. And you know, Chris was a hat trick friend. And what I mean by that, it's rare to meet people
that have three common interests and hobbies. And typically when you have one or two interests and hobbies alike, you become fast friends. But we're both into photography, ham radio, of course, and avid motorcycle riders. So there was just so many conversations could have, and I was really hoping to be able to spend so many more years, you know, chit-chatting about all the miscellaneous things. So yes, he will be tremendously missed, absolutely. Yeah, just not an easy thing for sure. We're gonna miss you, Chris. K6FAK.
Thanks a lot for the kind words, Jason. Appreciate it. And I'm sure Chris appreciates it too. I completely mirror your position on that. You know, he had so many great things to talk about, and one thing that I didn't mention that I had thought of is, you know, Chris, when he was on the radio, it didn't matter what the conversation was, he could like steer it in any direction, and it was really unique to see somebody that could do that. It was kind of awe-inspiring, because I'd hear him take a conversation that would maybe steer one way, and it would kind of get a little out of control. He could just bring it right back to where it needed to be. He was just really good with his words. Thanks a lot, Jason, for checking in. Any other stations out there? Come on in now.
Hello there, you've got Mike 7 Papa Juliet Delta. That's Mike 7 Papa Juliet Delta. Patrick from the UK saying hello.
Okay, I got a suffix of Papa Juliet Delta. I didn't get the prefix. I did get that you were from the UK, and I'm looking up at the YouTube feed, and I believe you were Mike 7 Papa Juliet Delta Patrick from the United Kingdom. Your signal has a strange noise over the top of it. If you want to try a comeback one more time, we'll see if it cleared up.
Hi Mike, it's Mike 7 Papa Juliet Delta here. Let me try and go via a DMR and I'll get back.
Okay, sounds good. A little bit more audible there, but definitely a bunch of digital noise over the top of your signal. So we'll come back to you, see if you can get that worked up. This is Nick, K6CMB. Come on in. Anybody that wants to chime in?
Yeah.
All right, this is Nick, K6CMB. We got the 2 meter crew anti-net, got a group of people. I'm going to have to be forced to call on someone if nobody wants to chime in. So I'm going to call on Servando. Servando, why are you holding that massive pole in your hand? Tell us a little bit about it.
Is this thing on? K6SRB. First off, I want to say Chris was a good man. We're going to miss him a lot. And I, like a lot of people here, didn't know him for too long, being a new ham myself. But the very short time that I knew him, he was very influential and a genuinely good dude. And what I'm holding here is a MFJ mast, because I recently got into HF, and I'm thinking it was a mistake at this point because I'm spending so much money now. And but yeah, it's going somewhere.
You know, it's funny you said that, because I mentioned on the Discord comments, it's a good thing that HRO decided to put an outlet center in Sacramento like right after I left, because had that been the case, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford to move, and I probably would have paid their first month rent. And I can just keep going on with how much money I would have ended up spending at that place. And so I actually got on today on the HRO website, and they have a page that says, tell us where you want to put a store. And I just sunk into it. So I sent them this long-winded email about why they needed to put a store up in the greater Seattle area, because I needed to go be able to spontaneously buy all this ham radio equipment that I don't need, right? And so my wife is probably happy that I don't have access to a brick and mortar ham radio anything up here. You're either getting it shipped or you're not getting it at all, or you're buying it used at an estate or something. But yeah, so that being said, let's see who else we got out there. Anybody else out there want to come in and say hi? Any digital mode, RF, anything? Come on in.
IBU, Striker in Olympia, Washington. Also second that HRO location up here.
I know, right? Yeah, Striker, tell us a little bit about your week. How's it going?
Kind of eventful. I was really sad to hear about Chris. It's very unfortunate. I actually got a good surprise from Jason's video he posted from Field Day last month. Good to see him in there. Good to see you guys having a good time. Aside from that, nothing new here. It's me, K7IBU.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a cool video. If anybody has a chance, maybe post that in the YouTube chat, and we can give everybody a link to that Field Day video. Chris was in it quite a bit. He was setting up antennas and getting things all going, and Ryan was learning or practicing CW out there and kind of schooling everybody, so it was a lot of fun. This is Nick, K6CAL. Come on in, any and all stations.
Nick coming in. This is Dan, Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel, the Triple H in Woodland, California.
Hey Dan, how's it going tonight?
Not too bad. I was watching you guys on the big TV on YouTube because I can get in, but I can't talk on that. So I had to sneak into the room so I could actually get on the radio and come in and say hi. Sorry to hear about Chris. I'm horrible with names, so I had to look through a couple of previous videos to make sure it's who I thought it was. Very sorry to hear he's a silent key. That stinks.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, and I am really sorry that you've got us up on a big screen. I mean, I've got like 4 of my pictures in front of me in tiny little windows so that I can fit everything on my computer, and they're ugly. And so I can't imagine what I look like on like a flat screen TV. So I can think of like 10 better things to watch. I don't know what's got you going on, but appreciate it anyway. Any other stations? Come on in. Hey, I'm not keyed up right now, but Greg, you had posted N6EFR. Did Bert try to check in? Mute.
No, I just saw him in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Call out, Bert. Put him on the spot there.
So we've all made an executive decision to call out Bert, N6EFR. Bert, if you're near a radio, jump in and say hi. We see you in the chat, and we'd love to hear from you.
N6EFR, how you guys doing?
Man, Bert, you should be one of the first people chiming in here. You're booming in now. It just seems like your signal gets better and better every week. How you doing tonight? Tell us a little bit.
Doing okay. Yeah, I'm pretty saddened about Chris's passing, and I love the fact that he went out of his way to help new hams and getting more and more into the radio and into the hobby and everything. I was fortunate enough to get like an old radio, HF radio from him, and I was like, oh man, this is like the greatest thing after, listening and talking to you guys on the Zoom channels for like, late nights and everything like that. And that was a great learning experience to hear from you guys and to, get all that info from Chris and everything. I mean, and to be able to meet him for the first time at Field Day, and it's just one of those things where you're like, man, he's a cool guy, goes out of his way to help a lot of people and things like that. I mean, he will be missed.
He absolutely will, and thank you, Bert, for chiming in and saying hi. Next station, come on in.
7 Papa Juliet Delta here. Patrick from the UK. Just wanted to say hello. Been listening to your show for a while. I've only been a ham for a month, but your show makes me get up at 3 o'clock in the morning in the UK. Great show, guys.
Patrick, that's amazing to hear. Out of curiosity, how did you hear about us, and how did you get connected with us?
I was checking out YouTube, and I think it just came about, and checking out all the good shows on there, and you popped up, and I thought, this looks good, let me save it. And by chance, 3 one morning, I woke up and I thought, hang on, let me come up. By sheer chance, it was just by sheer chance, and I'm so pleased I did it.
Well, Patrick, we absolutely appreciate you coming in. We love hearing distant stations and people from all over checking in and saying hi. So, show a friend the video and then hand them a radio to call in and say hi, or get them set up on whatever digital connection you are, and pass along the enthusiasm. Really appreciate that. This is Nick, KN6DAL, up here in Everett, Washington. We got a couple people in the coordinator group here. Bobby Lee, would you like to chime in and say hi? Hey, Bobby Lee, you got to unmute your mic.
It's been choking over here.
Is my audio okay? Make sure.
Am I okay? Is my audio okay?
Oh, okay. You're coming in through RF. Go ahead. You're good.
But it's been one. Losing Chris just hit me so hard, and him and I became quite close. And yes, again, another relatively short friendship, but it just speaks volumes of this kid's ability to impact people's lives around him. Especially if you're blessed to share a friendship with him, boy, you know that you have a real friend in your corner. And I helped get him prepared for the hospital last Monday for his ambulance ride. He'd been laid up in his bed for about a week, and I think basically what happened was a blood clot had formed while he was laying in bed. And by the time he got to the hospital, that thing worked its way up, and he went in on Monday. We were texting Tuesday, and Wednesday he passed away. So it happened very quickly, and definitely just a horrible, unexpected loss. Again, I've been just losing sleep, and it's hard to think of any day without his presence. And again, that's just how great he impacted everybody that was blessed to be around him. Whether it was his photography friends or ham radio, the motorcycle guys, Merchant Marines. I mean, he's got such a huge, huge circle. So I've been over at his house with his brother throughout the week, and If they have some services out here locally, then I'll share that news with everybody. And if not, then we will put something together for Chris. Whether we do something, this weekend at the swap meet, or we organize something that's a little bit more longer in time, where everybody can make it out, and then we'll just have a Chris Brown party. So, but that being said, in his spirit, thank you, brother, for your friendship and all the great things that you brought to life. You actually enriched mine. Rest in peace. 7-3.
Thanks, Bobby Lee. Really appreciate that. I know you guys were great friends, and he spoke very, very highly of you, and we appreciate having you here, and look forward to keeping you as part of our group. I know Chris really appreciated your presence in life, so thank you very much. Any other stations? Come on in.
That's K6BXX.
I recognize that call sign. You checked in earlier. Come on in, Michael. What do you got?
Yeah, just want to let you guys know that our Chris was very touched by the positive reception we got when he made his first HF contact. No longer after he got his general license, about last year, I think it was March last year, when he checked in with the North Hills Radio Quest 75-meter net, which we do every Saturday night local time at 3918.5 kilohertz. I told him about the net, and he checked right in, and the folks that did a net, I forgot which of the net controllers did, but he felt very welcomed, and so I was very honored that he was able to make first HF contact on our net. So I just want to pass this around to you guys. Thanks again. Again, may we remember Chris, N6CMB. This is K6BXX. Back to net.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that, Michael. Chris did. I'll tell you a little story. And Chris never told me not to tell this story, but he wasn't a guy that really. He wasn't after the fame of people knowing that he did nice things. He just did them because he wanted to do them. And I moved up here, and shortly after getting to know Chris, and with my HF station, I was having a hard time talking to people. I just didn't have the power under current band conditions to make it down to California and talk to a lot of the people that I knew on HF. And you know what Chris does? Chris drove up to Washington State and gave me an HF amplifier. What the heck, I mean, this guy, that's the kind of heart that he had. He was willing to do anything to help people. He was the first person to go, that's cool, let's do it. That's cool, let's do it. He was just all about that. And he was really kind of a glue in the community. And so it's just heart-wrenching to think about that stuff. And but at the same time, it's such a beautiful explanation to really who he was. It was just amazing, the kind of selfless person that he was. That I can't tell you how much I appreciated his presence in my life and what he added to what we do here. It's just it's really, really hard to talk about that. But and it's really hard not to fall into the point where I feel like I just want to be angry and I just want to be sad. But I remember, I just remember the way he was, and that's not the type of person that he would want anybody to be. He wants people to live their life. He wants people to experience cool new stuff. And so hopefully that's what we can do with this radio, is give someone cool new stuff. So with that, we've got about maybe 10-15 minutes left before we move over to just talking on Zoom for a little bit. So I'll just give the plug to Servando to start choking through his decisions here, because he's got a big decision ahead of him on who's going to walk away with this tonight. But until then, let's see who else we got out there. This is Nick, KN6DAL. Who else do we have out there listening that wants to chime in tonight?
Kellen needs 6 extra tall burritos.
Hey, Kellen, come on in.
For running the net, gentlemen, and still waiting for Servando to make a sweet cake. I expect something spectacular. I know he's got some sweet baking skills, and in light of our friend's passing, it should be an awesome cake. So I'll be expecting that to see on Saturday. And no big traffic. Just thought I'd jump in and say hello to the gentleman, and I'll talk to you guys later. Back to net.
Hey, thanks a lot for chiming in, Kellen. Appreciate it. Hey, do you want to say hi to Carlos really quick?
Hi, Carlos.
That was for Molly. She's got to go to bed, but she wanted to come in and say hi to everybody.
Hi, Miss Molly, and good night. Good to see you. Whiskey 6, CRP.
All right, who else we got out there? That sounded like a transmitted CW. Did anybody else hear that? Somebody's transmitting CW. Was it you, Connor?
207 Charlie Bravo Lima. I got something on Chris. So I didn't know Chris for too long, but every time we had an interaction, or him and I had an interaction, great guy, always willing to pass on knowledge and help anybody out that's in the hobby or even out of the hobby. Kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to having a conversation with him. He knows a lot about a lot, so it was always fun. And we'll always miss him as our timekeeper in Zoom, telling all of us to go to bed because he was the adult here in the 2-meter crew coordinator group. But anyways, it was good knowing Chris, and may he rest in peace. And we will say 10-7, 10-42, end of watch for him. This is Kilo 7, Charlie Bravo Lima, San Mateo.
Thanks a lot, Connor. Appreciate it. Any other stations out there want to check in?
Yeah.
I didn't catch the whole call sign. Come again. Key up and wait maybe 1 to 2 seconds.
Whiskey 6, Alpha, Echo, Foxtrot.
I do believe that's Aaron. Welcome in. You're safe. How's it going?
It's going well. The notorious DIV had me on a secret squirrel mission, but it was a success. Couple of things. Miss being out there on YouTube land tonight, but really missing my boy N6CMB. Didn't get a chance to know him for very long, but he has crowned me the Tony Hawk of ham radio, and I will miss all of his trivia and a bunch of our sidebars. So rest in peace, my brother.
Thanks for chiming in, Aaron. And since you missed tonight, maybe we have to pass the we might have to pass the responsibility of cake making to you, and now you owe us some pastries or cake or something, and give Servando a break. Only for a week though, Servando. That's all. That's probably all you're gonna ever get. This is Nick, KN6DAL. Getting ready to wrap it up here pretty soon. I posted the Zoom link if you'd like to jump in and join us on Zoom. We're going to keep this going for just a little bit longer. But until then, let's see if we got any other stations out there. Let's see if we got any brand new operators, any Any operators just join us, just get their call sign in the last 30 days, or just upgrade to a new license class in the last 30 days? Come on in.
Well, I want to know about the cake. How do we sign up for the cake?
Right now, Servando is taking donations for ingredients, and he's getting ready to build a cake, and he's trying to figure out how to make that cake resonant on 20 meters. So if you want to give us your call sign and your name, we will get you on the list for ingredient donations, and we will get you your resonant cake as soon as possible on Servando's honor.
This is K6BIV. It's kilowatt number 6, Boston, Italy, Victor. K6BIV, and so this is a virtual cake. Okay, well, that probably doesn't taste the same. Well, I guess I'm up for it. And obviously, it's been a tough time. As far as Chris is concerned, he and I met in Denver when we really started Contra Costa Fusion, the three of us. And I know it's tough with some people, and but I can tell you that in heaven he is with very good people that have preceded him. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
You've got that absolutely right, Tim. Appreciate it, and thanks for chiming in and saying hi tonight. And one thing I appreciate about you is you're down for anything, even a terrible cake. You're just like all in. That's great. Appreciate that. So thanks for checking in tonight. Any other stations? We got about 7 minutes before we hard stop it and move over to Zoom. So 7 minutes. Any stations? Come on in now.
KM6TAX.
Ted, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. How are you this evening?
I'm okay. Yeah, real bad news about Chris. He was a great guy. Yeah, met him a few times over at Bobby's house. Talked about doing some motorcycle riding. Sat on his Harley once. Yeah, had some plans to do some probably cool stuff this summer, and man, yeah, real bad news there. But I'm not much for any good words, really. So, yeah, I hope he rests in peace there, oh, Chris there.
No, those were perfect, Ted. Thank you very much for chiming in. You know, one thing that I've heard multiple times throughout this evening is everybody was looking forward to the stuff they had planned with Chris this summer. I heard that over and over and over again, and it just tells you everybody was looking for a piece of that Chris pie. You know, they were all excited to hang out with him, myself included. You know, I've had multiple conversations about meeting him to go for bike rides and doing all kinds of stuff, and it's just one of those things. You know, he shared so many common interests with so many people, like Jason had alluded to. So yeah, definitely appreciate the comments, Ted, and thanks for coming out tonight. Any other stations? We've got about 5 minutes before we wrap this up. Got a couple people in the waiting room ready to come into Zoom. Appreciate your patience. Got about 5 more minutes and we'll be opening the floodgates. Any stations, come on in now. All right, with that, I think we might have a winner in mind. I'm going to pass the mic over to Servando, the virtual mic, the virtual cake, to go with this virtual cake, and we'll see who he's got in store. I'm going to let this drop, and then the repeater's all yours, Servando.
K6 SRB here. I've been tasked with giving away this radio, and not gonna lie, it's kind of awkward, kind of strange. But you know what? I actually did not know that Chris donated these radios up until now, which is you know, kind of that's the kind of dude he was, man. He would do good deeds on the sly, man, like incognito. And if you guys, if anyone could take anything away from this net, man, it's just to be a better person, man. That's it. You know, look at how we're talking and remembering this man. It's just crazy. You know, all these good things being said, and it just goes to prove that if you do good things, live right, you know, do good help people out, and you know, there's a lot of love going on. So with that being said, you know, Chris, you'll be missed. But with that being said, I chose a person. I wrote all this stuff down on my notepad, and I just chose. I just felt, swapped the papers around, and I put my finger down because that's how I'm going to do this. I didn't want to be biased or anything. And KN6BXX is the winner tonight. All right. So I'm gonna drop for a little bit. Let me know when I'm good.
You're back.
So KN6BXX, Michael from Carmichael. I talk to this man almost every other morning. He's on his way to work. I'm on my way to work. You gotta realize this was a radio donated by Chris. Okay, you're either gonna keep it, not do anything with it, cherish it, or you're gonna give it to someone who you think will absolutely just thrash that thing. Use it to the limit, experiment with it. I don't know, open it up and experiment with it. I don't know, whatever. But you got a tall order on your hands, Michael from Carmichael. So you're either gonna keep it or you're gonna pass it on to someone who you think should get in the ham. So that's a kind of a big responsibility, kind of bad on me to put that on you, but I don't feel bad about it, you know? So KN6BXX, if you're listening, you're the winner.
Excellent pick.
All right. Well, Michael will actually be on the Zoom because I'm gonna let him here. I'm gonna let him in here in just 1 second, and we got a lot of people coming into Zoom tonight. So, just want to take a minute to say thank you to everybody. Appreciate it. We got a lot of fun stuff in store with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net moving forward into the summer. There's a lot of awesome events coming up. I'm looking forward to coming down. I'm going to be participating in Summer Field Day with a lot of the people that I'm seeing here. So I'm looking forward to meeting everybody who is a member, as well as myself, of the W6VVR, the Vac Valley Radio Club. Just appreciate everybody's concern and appreciation for Chris's life. He was essential in what we do here. I can absolutely assure you, and I know that Bobby Lee knows a little bit more about this than a lot of people, but this would not be going on right this moment if it wasn't for that man. And he's just an absolutely essential part of a lot of people's lives, and we appreciate him. We love him. N6CMB, you're going to be absolutely missed, and we appreciate you. With that, thanks for joining us on this last Anti-Net. I hope you rest in peace, brother. And with that, we'll be moving to Zoom, and we'll put all of the repeaters back into their normal operation. KN6DAL with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net signing off. All right, guys, we got a big flood of people coming on in.
Here they come.
We got Michael there, star of the night, winner of the radio.
The grand winner.
Well, thanks. Well, I guess the thing is, who can we find? Because I have to admit, I feel blessed already with what I've got.
Who we can find, who you can find.
I don't know why you're trying to put this responsibility on us.
Yeah, what's up with that? That's some major SWR right there.
It's on me. All right, well, there you go.
No, I think it's great, man. I mean, Michael, you're the perfect person, man. You talk to so many different people all the time, and you're networked with so many different places, and I guarantee you're gonna find a person that just needs that to get them rolling. Or like Servando, you know how many radios I have that are like in pieces, like I just ripped apart.
See what I mean?
Fix them. You know, you've got the opportunity to just network with that, or like Servando
or
said,
not.
You can put it up on a shelf and let that be, you know, your token of appreciation and your remembrance of Chris. Whatever you feel like is right in your heart to do, I know that you're going to do it. And and it's your radio now, so you get to do it either way. I'm assuming you're good on QRZ. I'll confirm that with you. Is your address good on QRZ?
Let me double check. I believe so. I believe so. I'll triple check.
If it's not,
he lives a double life.
Yeah. If it's not, if you could just email me your current address to make sure you have it, I'll get you that. And to add to it, I've actually got a 2-meter crew patch I'll put in there too, so that.
Nice.
Yeah, Justin gave me a patch a while back. I still got to find out how to put it on.
There you go. Well, now you're gonna have two. You're gonna have to find 2 hats so that you can give it to the person you give the radio to.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Sandy. Oh, as soon as she gets on, I gotta tell her sorry. Sandy.
Did you block her? What happened?
No, I left her in the waiting room by accident.
Whoops.
Sandy?
Bring her on board.
Dude, be prepared.
I'm technologically
I'm here.
unadvanced.
Hold on.
Here she is. Here she is.
Sandy, I'm sorry. I totally left you hanging in the waiting room.
Let him have it, Sandy. Let him have it, Sandy.
I know all about waiting in waiting rooms. It's good to see your faces.
It's good to see your Munster.
Hold on. I'll fix it. We're kind of cheating tonight, so hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Okay. All right.
There you go. Hey, Sandy.
Okay. Hi.
Hey.
How are you? Well, we're kind of cheating on the technology tonight, so.
How are you cheating? You're not cheating.
Oh, yes, I am. We're wasting technology.
Built here, man.
Hey, quickly, Nick. Yeah, the QRZ page is correct on my address.
Okay, so yeah, I'll give me a couple days. I'll get that out in the mail, and then you'll have that.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I'm honored, and like I said, I'll have to definitely.
One thing I forgot to say, I completely spaced saying it. I'll say it to the people on YouTube. There's still 20 people watching. If you want to find out more opportunities to win a radio, if you could join our Discord, we've actually got a giveaway page. We're going to get fired up and moving along here in the very near future, so that'll be another opportunity to win a radio. So join our Discord, come in and say hi, and then you'll be able to see the latest posts on when we post another giveaway, which will be very, very soon. So
also, might I add, I've been buying a lot of scratchers lately, and when I hit the lotto, when I hit the lotto, we're gonna be giving away a lot of cool stuff. I'm talking about, GP3 antennas, base antennas. We're gonna HF radios, all kinds of stuff. So when I hit the lotto, it's happening, guys.
That's amazing.
Let's put this. Hey there, Servando. If you win the Super Lotto or Mega Millions, you could, and have enough to buy a few of those Flex radios. they're the Cadillacs.
Yeah, they're the bee's knees.
I've got my club president, AI6 DG Joe. I think is a single guy, but he's definitely has a lot of risk. Got Flex radio for his gear, and he's very happy with it. But it's definitely high end. So
yeah, that's too a little rich for my blood, but yeah, we could all dream.
My dream is 991 Alpha. So save up my more my lunch money. So, well, thank you very much, Servando Nick. Yeah, well, I think I do have some people in mind to pass it on to a couple.
Hey, that's good. That's good to hear.
Well,
seriously.
I'll have to figure. Like I said, I know some. I'll figure it out. But I'm blessed in many ways too. So I'm doing all right. So right now, just if you hear me, Bobby Lee, I'll have to touch base with you soon on some things that could help me program my FT70DR with your Coco Fusion. So,
He's your guy.
Bobby's the guy.
You got the right guy.
Bobby's the guy. Yeah, if he can't do it, just throw it away.
You put a computer in front of him and he'll try to break it, but you give him a radio and he can just do whatever he needs.
I'll have to meet up sometime. So I got a number of 2-meter silver I put on my radio, so I'll be taking with me doing my deliveries tomorrow through Saturday. So I'm good to go. But, one step at a time. One thing about programming any radio, you have to have patience.
Yeah,
we'll get you on fusion, buddy.
Hey Sandy,
thank
Ben is trying to join and he's having a hard time. You might message him.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
What?
I know.
It's the Ben. The Ben.
I accepted him in here. I just he's not making it in. So if
come on, Ben,
if you're able to
do
message
it.
him.
Hey, Nick.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Talk to that guy all the time.
So we were talking about it in chat earlier, but tomorrow I will grab the recording of the 2-meter crew anti-net via Zoom, and I'll edit it down to all the people saying things about Chris. And then
That's
if
really
you
cool.
want, you can go ahead and post it up on your channel. It'll be a probably a 20-minute video because all the different stations calling in, but it'll just be all those snippets over the over RF and as well as the YouTube.
Yeah,
so
that'd be
awesome.
Thanks, Connor.
That'd be
That's
awesome.
really cool.
I think like take some of his other stuff too. Some of the other
Bobby,
volunteers and stuff.
Bobby, you think that's something the family would like a link to or a copy of that video? I think that might be cool, and maybe one of the anti-nets that Chris coordinated. That might be a real cool keepsake.
I have, I could burn it onto a CD, and I've got his I've got his mom's information back on the East Coast. I could send her a CD of it.
Yeah.
I think she'll like it.
Kind of cool.
There he is.
I remember some of his anti-net introductions. Kind of like you're stepping into the twilight zone, something like that. That was I missed that.
Yeah, like make a
Get away.
collage of some of his old shows, and because he's been around for a long time doing this, it'd be nice. Definitely like some of those, some of his intros and some of the just witty stuff that he said. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I can I either can make it one. It's gonna be a bit of going through all the other
There we go.
YouTube
How's
recordings
that?
of the anti-net.
Connor,
or I
you
can just
Connor, you might just want to do what you said. I think that was an awesome idea for tonight's show, and then
separate video.
We get the link to the family to Northwest Ham Shack, and they can go and watch all the videos there.
Yeah. So I'll have that one. Might take me a few hours to do, but yeah.
Yeah, you could send it to me and I can post it
Yeah,
or something.
that's what
like
I was
that.
saying.
Yeah.
Or we'll figure it out. We'll DM about it.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you for that.
W6LLB. Welcome in.
You made
Let's
it,
see your
Ben.
face. Let's see your face, Ben. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, sorry. I was slow.
More people. There we go.
You're breaking
There's
up.
Tim.
Not,
I think
not good yet, Ben.
Ben has a bad connection. Hey, hopefully it's a bad connection. This is a safe space.
Kinda.
I'm gonna try a cell phone. I'm gonna try the cell phone. This is
Okay.
slow.
No problem, Ben.
All right. Take your time.
It's a safe space if you're not Servando. He seems to be like in front of fire. The poor guy.
The bully
I
magnet.
want cake.
Cake.
I mean,
Where's that?
Here's the beauty of it, though, Servando. To be honest with you, I thought it was kind of cool because he really wanted these to end up in like people's hands that could use them, and so that's sort of oriented towards the new person, and you're kind of like the newest member of the coordination efforts, and so it was a perfect fit. And I also have been wanting to find ways to get you more involved. Other than just like your hilarious one-liners that you throw in there all the time. We got Kellen. What's up, Kellen?
Kellen's in here? Where is he?
Yeah, he's there.
That guy, dude. Kellen's always busting my chops, dude. I love that guy. Where is he? I don't see him.
I gotta bust your chops. It's my job.
What's up, Kellen?
You're like young apprentice.
Yeah, dude. I'm like your Anakin, dude.
I'm trying to be Obi-Wan over here.
I swear to God, dude, I feel like an Anakin next to this guy because every time I go over, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to like tune my antenna, and he goes like, he like physically pushes me over, and he's like, check this out. This is what you do. No, stop that. He goes,
there's a light elbow.
Tune this. He goes, you put these in the center. You see that? You hear that? You hear that? No. Forget what you heard. Forget what you read. You hear that? That's how you do it. And I'm like, dude, what's up with this guy? Yeah. Thanks, Kellen.
Hey, but hey, you learned.
I do learn, dude. That's the thing. Like I'm not very bright, but I'll pick up. I'll pick up real quick, dude. I'm picking up what you're stepping on, dude.
I've got one thing. You wanna say what you said before we when we started to hop on the Zoom call?
What?
Just what you were doing, what happened this morning or tonight at dinner, and then I'm gonna wing it.
What happened? Refresh my memory, dude.
Okay, so when we hop in the Zoom call and you're like, oh, I ate, what'd you say? I don't remember exactly what you said. But yeah.
I know what I said. I said I just got back from work, right? Dude,
Yeah.
and it takes me 2 hours to get home from work, right? Because of traffic. And I was on an empty stomach. I was on an empty stomach, and I got this mask in the mail, right? So I was rushing to get everything like in the shack so I can work on it while I wait for Nick to accept me on Zoom, right? And I was like, dude, I had a Reds Wicked, 8%, whatever it is, dude, and I got drunk, dude, because I was on an empty stomach. So I was trying to scarf down my wife's like food like super quick so that I can even out. It was terrible, man. I'm always on the go.
All right, Servando, I found it. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know what I said, dude. I know what I said. I said I was gonna be on HF after the chat.
So Servando,
so
this is Fred. Anyone for 75 or 80 meters.
W1
Servando says,
FRD.
"Aw, dang it, Fred! I just got ready for night. Haha."
Yeah.
And then
I'm going to sleep. That was
just
like a 10.
Fred says, "Just got my 991A after weeks of absence." And then you said, "I'll be on tomorrow after the net." I'm assuming is this one.
NRL's trying to get
Yeah,
in.
it's after this net, dude.
You're going on 80 meters.
I'll go on 80.
But you are you're a general now, right?
I'm a general, dude.
Let's do it. I'll be on 80 meters. I'll turn 80 meters on right now.
Hey Nick,
You get general.
hey Nick,
Yeah.
is I think KN6 NRL's trying to get into, or K6 NRL. Greg.
K6.
There he is again.
So
Come on, Ben.
if we do get on HF, if there's enough people here and we want to like hop on HF and do a test of like who can hear who type of thing, very clearly state me the frequency. I've got a buddy who's, bear with me, my friend who's the captain of the Florida Voyager for he's out at sea right now, 800 miles south of
That sounds like Star Trek.
Aluatan Island.
Lucian.
Aleutian Island. Okay.
Lucian, come on, dude.
Whatever.
Carlos.
And he said he's gonna try to hear us on the boat radio. If we give him the frequency, he's gonna try to listen.
Carlos like very discreetly and like very quickly was like, Lucian, like dude, you haven't been on this planet long enough, boy.
Well, that's
Lucian.
one of our 3 or 4 Chevron-owned ships. So
Yeah.
They go by
so,
the Louis Tan Islands.
yeah, but he said give him a frequency and he'll let us know. I'll text him and he said he'll let us know if he hears us. So if we pick somewhere and sit, he can hear us.
Hey, so I just got my general, dude. The first thing I did was get a 60 a center fed dipole with 60-foot legs, dude. And then I get home and I'm like, all right, where do I put this thing? So I can't really. It's more of an NDIS thing, dude. But I absolutely love HF. Let me tell you guys, HF is where it's at, dude. That is it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. I got a mask, dude. Look, after today, I'm gonna be getting out there.
Oh, there's Aaron, dude.
Hey Nick, so Servando's the absolute opposite of me. He got the antenna first and then tried to figure out where to place it. And here I am
put the
trying to
carriage before
figure
the
out
horse.
the antenna.
Yep.
Right now, I've got like 60 feet, some odd feet of wire, literally jammed into a PL connector, and then jumped over to my SDR play that I
Bring it
picked
over
up.
to the neighbor's lot a little bit. They won't mind.
Yeah, dude, I
we
have it
just
tied to
got-
a street sign, Carlos. I have it tied to the corner street sign. I swear to God, dude.
Is that even legal? Wait, you
It's
shouldn't
not-
say
I don't-
that on
I don't
stream.
care. I live in a cul-de-sac, dude, so no one cares. We're all tight.
There was
We're tight.
there was
We're
a
good.
YouTube. There was a younger guy on YouTube. I don't remember his call sign. But if you look up, like, it's one of the biggest like HOA HF antennas videos out there, and he did 22 gauge wire, so it's QRP stuff. 22 gauge wire from a light post to the left, if we're talking about his upper window looking out. So he's got a street light to the left of him that he's ran back to a center point on his house at the second story, right? And then he's got the other leg going to like another street light. And he said he got approval from the city or something to do that. I'm like,
No way.
dude, my city would never. My city
He
would
didn't
never
get
approve it.
approval to hang a wire on a light pole
No
or a
way.
street pole.
No
It's no way the city's going to
There's no
approve
way.
that.
I don't
No
know.
city's going to approve that.
I'll have to
You
find the
sure he didn't
video
tell you
again.
they
If I
was
owned a
gonna say
city,
no?
I'd approve it.
I think he pulled a
Yeah,
extra
Nick.
tall burrito on that one.
Yeah.
Nick, close
Uh,
off
Out
your
in the middle of the night,
neighborhood and run it.
Climb the poles.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I've dealt with the city before. I've worked for the city
Yeah.
before, and they don't approve shit like that, dude. The courtyard, as soon as they see it, it's over.
Yeah.
But man, I hope it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just,
I
dude.
just uploaded a movie in chat. It's about
Oh, I
20
see it.
20
I see it.
So that is Aaron's tower climb today.
Look at Aaron, dude.
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious as a heart attack.
You had 911 on speed dial, right? Like ready to dial.
They were on site. The helicopters were in the air.
Dude,
Lifelines were being dropped. I mean, it
that's
was
what I'm talking
unbelievable.
about. Yeah, dude, he was all being secret squirrel about it. He's like, yeah, the notorious BIV has me on a secret squirrel mission.
That's right.
I said, all right, yeah, all right. I wouldn't believe it, but he said BIV, it's got to be something good. Something.
So
Tim,
let
I
me,
kinda
so let
wanna
me
see
tell you
that
what
video of
happened
you,
is a bunch of
wearing-
feed line came undone because the cable ties all broke.
I want to
So
see
all
you
this
in the
feed
dress
line
that
is
you
just
were
blowing
bragging
in the
about,
wind.
dude.
Can I play this?
Yeah.
Yeah, play it, dude. Screen share that. I wanna
Yeah,
see it.
there's nothing that's inappropriate.
Okay.
I mean, this is
Yeah,
suitable
according
for
to
Zoom.
whom?
It's the
It's
Tony
suitable
Hawk
for YouTube.
I'm
Dude,
just
it's
kidding.
a it's an
I was
upskirt.
listening to Coco today, and I hear Tim talking about how he's going to be standing out there in his best dress or something like that. So I kind of want to see that picture too, Tim.
All right, go to the latest videos they had of the 2 meter crew.
Let's see it. Let's see it, dude.
They're hooking kind of I'll say it's a permanent safety line to the tower. Looks like about every 8 to 10 feet. He puts I think it's a carabiner onto a line.
Yeah,
that he
it's called a
attaches.
pelican hook.
And there's a rope that goes through it that's just connected to his harness.
Sandy knows.
Mhm.
You work
Mhm.
fire. She knows all about
Double
that. She
clamped
knows.
onto the tower as he goes up. If for whatever reason he would fall, the safety system that he's installing will prevent him from falling. It's almost like he's got a pulley system that he's on the other end of the pulley. This is apparently the way they do mountain climbing, which yeah.
Tim, is that your tower?
Yeah. Well, it's not my tower, but it's a tower that I'm on. Yeah.
Okay.
Tim, this is in your backyard.
No, it's up on the top of the mountain. No. Well, this is on North Peak Diablo.
Damn. Aaron's looking a little cakey up there.
Wow.
Tim's got the connections.
Yeah, he
You know they're
does.
hoisting
Hey, no wonder
backpack up
Aaron
with,
doesn't come on a chats anymore.
tools and
This dude
hardware.
is literally on another level.
Oh, hey, you know
What is
what?
that?
I didn't realize. I'm going to pause this
Why? What happened?
because nobody on YouTube can see it because I'm a dummy.
Oh, right.
It's all
And
good,
Nick,
dude.
you did start screen sharing on the 2-meter crew.
Hey, that can be clickbait, dude. Tune in next week.
I
Tune
started.
in next week to see Aaron tower climb.
Right, to see Aaron fall
Yeah.
to earth or
Straight
something.
up.
It's like
Oh.
what?
Wait, I started screen sharing on what?
You started screen sharing on Zoom, so you already know what annotations are gonna be happening. Everybody's gonna start drawing. We gotta start drawing on Nick's
Oh yeah,
screen.
nobody could see that, but now you guys can do it once I start screen
Hey,
sharing again.
Kellen,
Nick.
Kellen
But it's a
said
reflection of
bedtime-
yourselves. Keep that in mind.
Hey Nick, can you throw a link to the YouTube? I'm sorry, to the Zoom into the general chat over there. I think
got it.
Greg
I've got
K6RNL's trying to get in.
I'll pop it in.
I threw it in there twice, but he's not able to do it.
Hold on, I'll put it. Oh, you know what? It's almost like we have a specific channel just for this. Let me really quickly post that.
We do
It's
too.
almost like I literally bothered Nick for a half an hour trying to explain it. There we
No,
go.
I don't have. You can put whatever channel you want on there. I just can't. I can't like post on every single forum while we're
Oh
streaming.
yeah. You know what I could do is if we do figure this out, we could set it up to automatically dump a link on YouTube, on YouTube and Discord and stuff like that.
Hey Tim.
Yep.
Go from there.
Tim, did you guys properly do a RF exposure analysis?
Yes, actually, I have software that runs it continuous, and not only is it run continuous, but it's fed directly to the FCC on a continuing basis from every RF location that I'm involved in.
I appreciate that, Tim, because I just passed my general. You know what I mean? And I
do.
found out that RF heats body tissue. So that
Well,
was
you know, so Aaron right now, I don't know that he's going to want me to share this, but he's not here to defend himself. So he's currently sterilized because that that's my 3.6 gig link.
I'm clipping
he's
that.
going,
I'm
"Boy,"
clipping that.
He says, I'm feeling a little electricity here. It's like, what's going on?
Don't worry about it.
I said, you're being microwaved. So don't stand in front of that dish. I mean, my God.
Aaron's sterilized. That's
Dude,
a clip.
I felt
That's
a
clip.
little bad, like keying up on Coco.
But
Fusion
I don't
today,
think he's
whether or
planning
not he
more
was gonna get an
kids.
RF
So
card up there.
it'll be all right.
You sterilized our boy Aaron?
Absolutely.
Dude.
Aaron.
Hey, some people get
He's got 2 great kids, and that's enough.
Oh my goodness, Tim.
That's a clip. That's a clip.
Sandy, Sandy,
So-
what do you think about this? This is messed up, dude.
Oh, no,
Wow.
I'm used to this. I'm used to this. Are you kidding me? This
So
is
we do
more
have
of
a
the
few people
same.
here. We've got Rob and Ben and Greg and I think everybody else is pretty much a regular here all the time. And Tim.
Sterilized Aaron.
Wait a minute. We had
That's
Tim and
Tim
now
Kyle.
are you
Hi,
Rob or
Tim.
Tim? Is he?
Hey, Bert's on.
Tim.
Tim Kyle's just a black picture.
Tim, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Tim.
Hello.
Is that Tim Kyle?
Yes, it is. The one and only.
It's Tim Kyle.
It's not true if there's no picture.
Yeah, I don't see a picture.
Let's see a picture.
It's the man with 2
I
first
recognize
names.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Yeah. Peer pressure.
Bottom left key, Tim. Click that one that says start video.
Let's see.
Come on, Tim. You can do it.
Ah,
There he is.
Welcome.
There you go.
Okay.
Tim Kyle's a good name, man. That's a really good name.
It's a movie star name.
Hey, I went to apprentice school, my apprenticeship, and some guy came on there. He's going to class with me. This was like 6 years ago, and his name was Johnny, right? And I was like, all right, cool, Johnny. What's your last name? His last name was Lightning, dude. How badass of a name is that? Johnny Lightning. Dude.
I was waiting for Johnny Walker, but Johnny Lightning.
No, dude. Johnny Lightning is badass, dude. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, Tim Kyle. That's a good name. I like that. 2 first names. It's better than my name, dude. Everyone's like, what's your name? Servando. Oh, okay, Fernando. Yeah, no problem. And it's like, dude, what the hell, man? I just told you my name. Dude, and
His new nickname's Fernando.
Hey, the biggest letdown of HF, dude, the biggest letdown of HF is you will phonetically spell your name out to people and they'll still say, Fernando, yeah, good talking to you. And I was like, oh my God, whatever, dude. My name is Steve.
Steve, that's right.
I actually have a question since a lot of our Discord users are in here. Is there anything that anybody recommends? Because I actually threw it out in announcements and asked, is there anything that anybody wants specifically in the Discord? I threw it out to everybody in the staff team.
Yeah, just for a little while.
If Aaron was here, he would probably explain the rainbow puke emojis that I put all over the development updates in staff chat. But is there anything specifically that anybody could think would be useful to have in the Discord server? As I notice, Bert, Tim, Carlos, Greg,
wait, what was the question?
Michael,
add everyone.
If there's
He wants
any,
to know if he wants us to put a dating site up on Discord.
No,
a dating site? Oh my goodness, dude.
No,
it's a sausage fest here, man. They can't have...
The only thing that I would say no to is a swap site. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, what are you swapping?
That sounds like a swingers dating site.
No. So in all seriousness, so like a swap site would be like, let's say you had something to sell, you could post it up on a swap site. And I'm not going to be the babysitter of a swap site. It's just not going to happen.
That was an original idea that I had, was if we would want to do like a for sale, like, hey, like for example, I'm not going to say specifically who. But somebody in our Discord reached out to me, inquiry for a Motorola purchase, and so I'm helping them out with that. But I did think about that as a possibility, but it never works out. And if somebody were to, do something wrong or whatever, and then they go to Nick and be like, "Hey, Nick,"
yeah, they're gonna try.
It's all your fault, Nick.
Yeah, they're gonna ultimately come up to me or another coordinator and say, "What are you guys gonna do about it?"
On that, before we completely like split off of topic and start going, if anybody has any legitimate recommendations for a channel or some integration into the Discord server, it would be appreciated if you said something now, or just put it in general chat in the Discord, or DM me or something like that, as there's really no way to get feedback. I've been doing a lot of reaching out in announcements. I remind people that we have a channel in there for the anti-net topics, because as the coordinator group, everybody in there will tell you, we like never can come up with a topic sometimes.
We do every time.
Well, we do.
No, we get one every time.
But we do have a topic, but sometimes we run dry and we need a somebody that goes, "Hey, I want to hear about I want to hear about how to program a Baofeng front panel programming." It's just an example, right? But and we have a channel for that, and there's a format, and it's pretty clearly laid out, but no one has really interacted with it. So
I will say
get
honestly,
more
Connor,
people to get in.
Honestly,
did you guys get a chance to look at that link I posted? That was kind of a cool channel.
That one was actually pretty good. I saw that too.
That was good, Carlos.
It's specifically for nets and topics, and they're ready to go. All the info you need in the presentation's there.
No, that's really cool. I think we should crutch to that just a little bit. I do want to say to Connor, hey man, I honestly think that the Discord server is like as badass as they get. It really has turned out really good.
Yeah,
it's super fun to go on. It's interactive. There's a lot of people joining up on a regular basis, and and it's just a really good atmosphere. There's no negativity there, and so I really
Yeah.
appreciate all the hard
We got a
work that
good
you've
mix
done,
of people too, dude. We
Yeah.
got a lot of. It's not
Um,
just like young people. We got people who are on there. They're not spring chickens, dude. They're not
I
spring
mean,
chickens, and
just,
they're
I mean, like,
and
Got a hairdo.
dude. They're giving that knowledge, dude. They're spreading that knowledge, so it's a good place, man, for real.
to completely put this out here,
Easy there,
I've
Fernando.
noticed.
Hey, man,
I've
I say that
noticed-
with all due respect.
Hey,
man.
hey, Justin,
Go ahead,
did you get
Connor.
a mohawk, dude? Is it a mohawk, man?
That's my
Justin.
headset. That's all.
Justin Caga. Oh, it looks
Justin?
like a mohawk, dude.
Why do I not see him? What's going on here?
There's Justin.
Oh.
Hey, actually, I do have a question for Justin. I'll quickly throw this out there. Are you coming Saturday and we can chat then
Oh,
instead
Justin,
of Friday? Because I'm
dude.
gonna be busy.
Whoa.
I will try to make Saturday happen. If not, we'll figure it out next week.
Sounds good. Okay.
Justin,
But
looking good, dude.
I will say something that I noticed, and it is that a lot since the Discord. I'm not saying it's because of me specifically. I don't really toot my own horn.
You
but,
just said it.
But I've noticed with the Discord, it's actually really helpful because you see people pop a. Let's just use the Baofeng programming front panel program thing as an analogy, right? You see someone put that in there, and it doesn't matter age, location. Well, nobody. I don't know if. I mean, I've only seen English in chat, but language type of thing. It doesn't matter who it is, but somebody responds. Somebody can help, and that's why it's really really important and crucial to have everything in one place, because you've got, we've got the YouTube stream, the weekly net and stuff like that, and we got all the RF fun, but the Discord, man, it's like you pop a message.
All right,
into,
cool, Connor. Let's not do this right now, dude. Let's talk to other people too, man. Come on, brother.
All right.
What's
Come
going on,
dude, come
Bert? Bert, what are you doing, dude? You get your antenna up?
I got the antenna up and then it went back down.
Dude, hey, man, I got this bad, sick puppy right here for you, dude. Just say the word, man. I got you on QRZ. I can go drive straight to your house with this thing, dude.
Bro, be at your house at 11:30 tonight, dude, to put it up.
Hey Connor, I thought of something to put on Discord. What about like polls or votings or ranking kind of things for different stuff that people can just, hey, what's this best radio? People can rank it or whatever's kind of thing.
That'd be fun.
Like polls or something. That
Yeah, I
they
can look.
just go and put stuff like that on there.
I can look into it. Yeah. That would actually be something like, I wouldn't say a Q&A or a frequency. Actually, a FAQ would be pretty helpful. But yeah,
What's your
definitely
favorite
something where
band?
someone
That
could.
kind of stuff.
Come here, dude. Come here.
Yeah, and actually I could make it
Snake.
reaction wise. So it gives us a percentage of who says like, 80 meters will be the number like 8 or whatever, like kind of how I did the rolls.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would actually be kind of a cool thing.
Just
and
to
maybe
throw in
even
chat
in-
every now and again or something, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and I mean it really comes down to
Is Logan
I'll
here?
put it
Hi,
I'll put it
Logan.
this way, if anybody wants like a band condition report or anything like that, that can be done too. I mean, it all comes down to what people want. Pretty much can be done. There's only one limitation that we've ran into, but it's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, it's just trying to grow it and have everybody in one central place, so it's a good area, good space.
Hey, I want to hear from Greg Kerr. I want to hear about Hawaii, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What's up, man? Show us a
I
picture
wanna
out
why-
the window.
I want to know why your Shari's not working. Why you're not
Yeah.
talking on that All-Star little dealio
Oh.
that you got, dude.
Just because I didn't have time to set up the Zoiper app thing that you told me about.
Straight thrown under the bus.
Yeah, man.
He's
so
been
I'm, like,
super
here in
busy with
Hawaii.
like the sand and water and
no,
paradise,
Lager.
Bottomless drinks, dude. Look how he's just drinking that
Look at
casually,
that.
dude. It's daylight outside, dude. I guarantee you it's dark where I live, dude. And I live in Fairfield. What's going on, dude?
They're 3
Yeah,
hours
man.
earlier.
But no, it's really good to be back with the ANSI net. I'm good. Like the problem was I was traveling and I can't stand like Echolink is just such a miserable experience. But I am gonna try. Anyhow, I probably shouldn't have said that. I personally
agree.
don't like it. So,
I agree with you.
I'm gonna set up the Zoiper. I'm gonna set up the app though, so I can talk to my All-Star node from my cell phone. and then that should fix everything up.
Are you a Mac guy or a PC guy?
Mac OS and iPhone.
So there's that Transceive app, dude, that actually is out of Hawaii too. There's an all-star app called Transceive that works on the Mac OS, and I love that thing, dude. It
Does
costs
it
like
work-
$20.
I'll pay $20, but does it work remote?
Yeah, as long as it's online, dude, it should remotely connect, dude. Check it out. I mean, it's called Transceive. It's on the App Store, dude. It's really, really cool. I really dig that thing, man.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. I gotta get to bed early, but thanks.
Hey, Okay, Michael.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.
Michael from Carmichael's
Congrats.
leaving.
Looking forward to
Congratulations.
talking again.
Winner.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Chicken
I'll,
dinner.
you
I
wait
think
for it?
Tim, did you have something
Talk
you
to you
wanted
in
to
the
say,
morning.
Tim?
Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Take care. 7-3s.
Right.
Tim, did you have something?
Me, Tim, or the other Tim?
You, Tim.
Well, I've got a bunch of pictures that I'm just pulling together into an album. I'm gonna play them, but
Oh, here, let me give you access to screen share.
no,
Go
I
ahead.
don't need it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're just gonna do it on your screen.
Yeah.
Tim's just gonna hack the system.
Ben, I gotta ask, your
I'm gonna
shack, KN6LLB, Ben, your shack, you are rocking like some cable or something. What is going on here, bud?
And you are muted.
You're on
Ben.
mute, Ben.
You gotta.
And that's not your call sign anymore, Ben.
Oh,
No, it's Whiskey 6. All right, you like it? Okay, I got lots of radios.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
you do.
It
I see
froze.
that. I see that Yagi, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's all radios. Look at that.
Look at that, dude. Who are you
Let's go.
contacting?
I love it.
Mars, the planets, anybody.
That's awesome.
I can quit anytime I want. Don't make fun of me. No
Hey,
judgment.
no judge.
It's time for Mars bounce.
Hey, hold still so I can screenshot it and make it my background.
Yeah.
I've been in Ben's, and it's like going in the space shuttle.
Ben's. Oh, his garage.
Yeah, well, I actually there's one that's I've been in another one. Yeah, we know who he is, and I like it a little bit better. But this is okay.
Hey,
just wait till I get HF here. I'll
Hey,
be
if I
screwed.
could pick three, actually, there's 4 shacks that I'd love to be in right now that I'd love to go check out that are on this group. Number 1 is Tim, K6BIV.
Yeah,
mainly because that microphone's just really badass.
he agreed, dude.
Because you know it's going to be awesome, dude.
Yeah, number 2
I've seen pictures
number
of
2 is
Tim's shack.
Justin. Okay? Because what we see right here may look a little rough around the edges, but trust me, he's got some really cool stuff.
I know he does, dude.
Number
I know
4
he does.
Number 4 is Bobby Lee because
Yeah.
it's Bobby Lee, man. It's
Did you
literally
skip
the
number
Bobby
3?
Lee.
It's Bobby Lee, dude. Everything
Number
has
5,
parables.
or I'm sorry, that was number 3. Number 4 is Carlos because I want nothing more than just to sit down and smoke a cigar with him.
Yeah, dude.
It's the cigar shack.
I just want to
Carlos.
chill.
Carlos, can you share us a tip on how to keep that damn thing lit, dude? Every time I smoke a cigar amongst friends, I'm always embarrassing myself with that thing always going out, dude. I always look like I don't know what I'm doing.
Because you probably don't know what you're doing.
It's
Yeah, that's probably it.
You gotta
That's
suck
fair.
harder.
and a
I gotta
live.
suck harder. I guess I'm not a
Hey,
sucker.
I've got randomness X3 here DMing me. If you want to ask your question to the group, real answers, please, because this is actually important. It seems like maybe somebody can help out. If you want to go ahead and toss what you're
Right,
typing
Connor.
out in there.
Let's do it. Sounds like a break situation.
If it would have been a good thing to bring up in the 2 meter crew group here.
Dude, we got 475 years of experience here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is not a topic that's going to be easily addressed by anyone with any amount of experience. Well, Connor knows the backstory for this one a bit. I had a psychotic neighbor for a couple of months, back basically when I first moved here to Illinois, and she recently returned and decided to destroy pretty much all of my antennas.
Oh, that's
Like,
easy, dude.
She took her fucking truck and rammed them through my fence and wrecked my antennas.
Careful on the language. You're live on YouTube.
Hey,
right,
so
sorry.
You
so
allowed to
was
say that? Is that illegal? You can shoot her, right? I mean, no.
No, Illinois County Standard law.
Bobby's like, I mean, I feel like it's appropriate.
Hey, we're on YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Are you asking that as a question, Bobby Lee?
Oh,
Demonetized.
Demonetization 100.
sorry.
Bro, you mean you guys don't get demonetized the second you upload anything already?
Dude,
lucky.
Who?
Yeah, good point.
You have to be monetized to be demonetized, my
Yeah,
friend.
exactly.
We have we have tens of fans.
Viewers. Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
there is
We're
11
looking at
people.
all of
tens
our
of
fans.
viewers, Connor.
Yeah, dude.
There's
you're looking
11
at our-
people watching right now. For those 11 people that are still out there watching, I'm so sorry. And thank you. Thank you
I think
so
they fell
much.
asleep. They might have fell asleep.
11 people watching and 16 people here. So,
That's the math.
Wow,
So
dude.
anyway,
Oh.
I like to have it on camera and stuff. And when the police showed up, they told us they couldn't do anything because we didn't have a court order against her.
Of course.
Yeah.
Was it her property too?
Nope. She has not been a renter on this property for 3 months now.
So you're telling me somebody came onto your property and
It's
vandalized?
technically not mine, it's my landlord's, but yes.
Okay. Well, it's your you have more rights to it than the actual owner at that point. But
You have a lease.
yeah, if you have a lease agreement
You're
on
under
it,
contract to occupy the property.
So
yeah.
you live in Beijing, China. Sounds like.
Honestly,
I mean, that doesn't sound like America to me, dude.
it's why I don't know what in the heck is going on here. It's like it's weird. I don't know what the heck Williamson County, Illinois is, but it certainly isn't a state.
Oh, it's
Do you have-
Illinois.
Do you
Okay.
have like?
I would call him again. I'd call
Yeah.
the police again, and I'd probably get loud and say I demand a police report because I mean you could add up the equipment and you're easily over the threshold to a felony offense at that point.
$8,000 for
That's
California.
being
Or
diplomatic, dude.
Is that nationwide?
They didn't even
No.
ask me how much damages were. They just like wrote down $50 a wire.
Relook that up, Connor. Felony
$50
vandalism
a wire,
is
dude.
like an $1,800 or $2,000 threshold.
Dude,
He's way over
$50
that.
Is it?
a wire?
Yeah.
That must have
No,
been that
it's
cheap
800.
stuff.
It's 800.
It might be.
I believe it's
Yeah.
800. I
It's-
believe it's 800.
It's
Yeah.
low enough
900.
that easily, I mean, a couple of pieces of coax and you're over
You know what's
that.
even funnier? This neighbor did 3 different hit and runs before getting out of the street too.
How were
So
you able
let
to
me
do a
ask
more
you-
comprehensive background check than the
Wait,
cops,
hold on.
dude?
I've got something. So Bobby Lee gave us his methodology of taking care of the problem, but as
I agree
Ham's
with
here,
Bobby.
let's get a 10-element Yagi with 160 watts behind it. There we go.
My
That's
question
more,
is-
YouTube friendly.
My
I
question
was
is,
thinking
first of
maybe
all,
if we had a friend that's maybe like a contractor, somebody that's got a bobcat. You know.
There you go.
You know, it's. I
There
mean,
you go.
I had a roommate like that once, and she goes, "Were you drunk last night?" And I go, "Why?" She says, "Because you said that I'm the kind of person that they make bobcats for, and not the one with the tail."
all right. So not to denounce you at all, randomness with no video.
See you,
and
Carlos.
No call sign.
See you, Carlos.
But
Hi,
Working up
Carlos.
things, can't get to the camera at the moment.
but realistically, like, why would a neighbor just out of the blue for no reason at all?
Yeah, there's a backstory here,
Target.
dude.
There's
They were
something-
having
Yeah, I
sex.
said Connor already knows the backstory. If you
Yeah,
want me to go into
they're
backstory, I
basically
will.
without
were
going
doing
through
it-
it, they're super
Hey, we
anti-ham
got someone else who just
and
joined too.
super
Hey, Dan.
not okay.
N6ETR, thanks for coming by, dude.
Hey, ETR. Thanks, man.
Night night.
I can go into the backstory if you want me to, but
Nah,
it gets
dude.
wild.
How are
I
you
think
anti-ham?
the problem
though? I
is
don't-
you went into her backstory, and that's what started the whole
She
problem.
she needs a backstory, dude. That's what it is.
You went into
Oh
the
my God.
backstory.
And
The gist
That
of it
never
is-
works out good.
so
Dude, I just can't see how people could be anti-ham. I can see if people had a concern.
My neighbors.
Yeah, well, dude, my neighbor too. Like my neighbor across the street was like, "Hey, man, like, what's going on? Like, you're putting
Yeah.
up a bunch of fucking wires and shit." And I'm like,
so a couple of things. She's a
I'm like,
conspiracy theorist.
I'm like,
She got
dude,
that one right on the head.
I told him, I was like, dude, it's legitimately not a big deal, dude. Like, there's a guy online that tried to cook a hot dog putting 100 watts like straight up to a freaking, you know what I mean? And nothing happened. I'm like, worst case scenario, your lights will flicker if you got the little dimmer switches, because I'm 40 meters. My whole house is like a Christmas tree, dude. But I told him, I was like, if that happens, let me know, dude. I'll stop. And
Maybe she got a plate in her head, dude. Every time you key up, she
the guy
moves
was
her
totally
pants,
cool.
dude.
Hey,
The
imagine
guy was-
imagine explaining to your kids.
500-watt hot dog.
Imagine explaining to your kids when they say, "Daddy, how come there's voices coming through the sound machine?"
Whoa.
Hold on, honey.
Hey,
Let me
Nick,
get a
that's
couple
almost like
ferrite
the-
beads.
Nick, that's almost like what was it? The FM, the AM station.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, that was wild.
with the wrong
I wonder if
beat,
I can
I'm
even pull
sorry.
that up now.
I have it recorded.
Yeah, that was.
Remember,
so
I
Are
have
we
that.
talking about the AM station that Connor was able to pick up with like nothing but the SMA jack?
No.
No,
I've already
once we-
stressed that enough.
And nothing surprises me with Connor, dude. Honestly.
That was
Honestly,
wild.
Connor has some wild
Nick-
stuff.
Wait,
going
no.
on around him.
Let Nick tell the story. This was remember 11 p.m. So we're both like
Yeah.
whiffed out, mentally not checked.
We're
in.
like 3 hours into like completely reconfiguring my audio from the ground up, right? And we're tired, and we're literally like about to just say bye, right? We're just like, all right, man. Well, we got kind of here. We got to a stopping point, blah blah blah. And I was like, wait a minute.
I had my
Stop.
finger on leave.
Yeah, I was like, stop. Do you hear that? And he's like, no, what? And I was like, dude, do you hear? Hold on a minute. And I turn up the gain on my radio, and I forget what we were on. I think we were just on VHF or something, or were we on?
We
HF?
were on VVR. We were testing.
Yeah,
We
and I
were-
turned my
yeah.
gain all the way up, and I can hear like crappy mid '80s rock music playing. Sorry, Bobby.
Nice.
and I'm like, what is that? And we're like, holy cow! And so we start researching it, and there's an AM broadcast station like 3 miles from my house that is playing this music, and it was literally it's bleeding over onto my station, and so I think that's part of the HF.
Do you remember what the antenna was?
What's the antenna,
was
dude?
that?
The antenna was your audio from PC to 991A to PC, and even when you turned off 991A
right,
and
yeah.
disconnected your actual
And
HF
unplugged it,
antenna,
yeah.
it still came through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Even
So,
with
like,
the radio off and the antenna gone.
pretty much
Power HF, brother. You know what I mean?
every single thing that I have now at this point pretty much has a toroid wrapped through it or a ferrite bead or something on it.
Hey,
Like,
dude, I'm late to the game on these things, but I installed one on the mobile thing that I put in my 12-volt cigarette lighter thing.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, dude! I didn't realize how much RFI I had coming in through the
You know what's
alternator
better?
wine and all that stuff.
You know what's
That
one
makes a
better
huge
for that?
difference.
There's specifically filters you can place in line on your positive 12 volt between your battery and your radios, depending on how you have it wired up. I go direct to the battery and I just I have a fuse
Yeah.
block set up.
Yeah, but my toroid, dude, looks like some Rick
yeah.
and Morty stuff, dude, in my truck, man.
Yeah.
Are you
well,
going?
but-
You're going into a cigarette lighter adapter?
Yeah, dude, because it's my
Ugh.
work
Guys,
truck.
I'm gonna
It's
roll
my
over.
work
Hold on.
truck.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, it's a company
so,
truck.
So one thing, I have two things. So cigarette lighter adapters, those
All right,
12
then,
volt
bye.
ones.
Are you out of here,
I
Greg?
did that.
Have a good night.
I had one of those 12 volt adapters, and when I had my radios plugged in, it was no problem with my dad when my dad drove, because it's a 15 watt little dual band radio. And when I put in my CDM running about 25 watts, I started to notice when I would key up, I would be driving, I'd be going 60 miles an hour, cruise control set, and I would notice that my voltmeter on my dash was sitting a little bit above 14. When I would key up, it would be fine. Prolonged QSOs, I watched it drop, and eventually my CDM hit the triple chirp, which that triple chirp sound on portables means the battery's low voltage, and it's the same thing on the mobiles. It just means that it's not getting at least 12 or at least 11.2 volts or something like that. I don't remember the spec, but basically, yeah, I would have to pull over, dump the car, turn it back over, cranks no problem, starts like that, right? So it's not like it killed the battery, cranks up and starts working, and that was off of the 12 volt. So what I ended up doing is just running speaker wire. It sounds super ghetto, and it is. I did speaker wire from my battery into the compartment under the center console, and I have this whole setup. I won't go into it, but I have a master kill switch, so whenever I get out of the car,
when it starts on fire, you can.
Exactly.
You can kill the source.
Hey,
Yeah.
Greg,
So-
Greg Kerr. Oh, sorry, Connor.
Oh, I was just gonna say really quick that what randomness was referring to about my problem is I've got an AM broadcast station south of me on 101, and their antenna is north to south, and I literally had an AM FM radio, and I put it just about, I don't know, couple kilohertz above the transmitting frequency where the carrier's at, right? Completely desoldered everything off the board for the antenna, right? So there's no ferrite, there's no jumpers, no nothing. It's just the raw connection where that ferrite would be, and you can still hear it. Like, you don't need an antenna. That's how much it, and it's on 1550. So I hear it on what do they call the adjacent bands. So if I go on
harmonics.
Yes, that's thank you. I'm
Harmonics,
tired.
dude. See what I mean?
So I'll hear it on
Experience, dude.
I'll hear it on 80. I'll hear it on 40. 160. I can't use 160 unless I have filtering set up because it's so close. But yeah, I hear the harmonics on like literally every band, and it makes it almost impossible unless I run some type of filtering, even with a some type of matching unit between my antenna and my receiver. So it's it just slams the front end of it. And if you drive past it listening to an AM or an FM station, your radio gets super staticky. And if you're on AM, it completely wipes out anything near. And the second you get behind the antenna, you're fine. It doesn't interfere because it's pointed towards San Francisco, and it's off the side of Highway 101.
And that's a shithole. You know what I mean? So that explains it.
Yeah.
So, hey, Greg, what's going on with your car, dude?
What
got
do
car
the
problems?
voices tell you to do, Connor?
Yeah, they told me to just, suck it up and deal with it because I can't really do anything. I tried contacting the station manager and letting him know that he was directly interfering with radio communications. I didn't say ham radio operator. I didn't relate it to my ham call sign because I checked it. It also messes with some of the marine channels as well. At least in my current location.
They can fend for themselves, dude.
And I told him, and he basically told me to stick it where the sun doesn't shine and stopped responding to my messages, and it only took me about 5 minutes of hopping in the car to find out where the transmitting location is, and yeah, it's a whole mess. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to mute for a few minutes because I've been talking too much, as Greg told me earlier.
Greg, what's going on, dude? What's going on with your car?
Yeah, so I installed ICOM D4100 in the Jeep Wrangler. I did run it straight to the car battery with inline fuses and everything. But every time if I transmit on certain VHF frequencies at 50 watts, which is max power, my headlights strobe.
Emergency lighting, code 3 equipped vehicle.
Greg, do you have LED lights? Do you have halogen lights, or do you have LED or HID?
That's the problem. I got those fancy LED lights. I noticed it for the first time because I thought the police were pulling me over. My friend,
What kind of coax you running?
That's your own car too.
Hey, Greg, it's honestly, you got the LEDs. Some of them are made, they're just a little different, dude. I had the same problem. I didn't have them strobe, but I had them like flicker, like at super high frequency. And I just changed out the LEDs, not because of that problem, but because one of them went out. I got a new, different manufacturer LEDs, and everything was fine. So it's hit or miss on those LEDs, dude. And then the HIDs, they have the the little transformer or whatever to step up the voltage. That causes a lot of noise on the radio, dude. Cars are so picky, dude, of the radios. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of coax is it?
What's up?
Is it the real small, like hair thin stuff?
No. I use my buddy who's like an experienced ham radio helped me do it also. The install was proper. I put ferrite beads on everything, and yeah, just Servando has described it correctly. It's something about transformer or whatever the heck it is in the LED light that it just the actual transmissions interfere. It's fun.
Hey,
Is Nick still on the call?
I'm still here. Yeah.
Nick, he's still here.
Yeah, like Nick, that time that we had our little emergency call because I didn't have cell service. One of the things I had to do was switch the rate. Because how I solved this was I just keep the radio mid power, 25 watts. It doesn't cause interference.
Wow.
Yeah, so when I contacted you that day, I had to stop, turn in the repeater, go to 50 watts, and then talk to you. So I don't know. Maybe I should swap out my LEDs.
See, I had a similar issue, and my radio would change my programmer settings on my truck, on my my actual power settings while I'm driving.
Wow.
And so what it was is my coax was actually bleeding off as a reflector, and spurious emissions coming off the coax.
You need ABR 600, dude, in your Jeep.
LMR 240 in your vehicle.
I don't know if the story's true, but my buddy Chuck, who's been like my element through all this, he told me when I told him about the headlights, he said he had a friend whose Honda's the rear windshield wiper used to go off.
Awesome.
Dude, it's funny, but it happens, man. Like my girl, so my wife, she was in the bedroom, and the first time I hopped on 40 meters, she's like, babe, the lights are flickering every time you talk. And she videotaped it. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Not going to lie. That's pretty cool. But then I thought, like, we both thought it at the same time. You could tell when I looked at her. I was like, the freaking neighbors, dude. What if the neighbors?
Hey, your girlfriend, the bot. Your girlfriend, the bot.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh my god.
Right, you think that's crazy? Every time I like key up or I set up my ATAS 120, as soon as it starts going into tuning mode, all of the security lights around me pop on the houses.
Oh wow, dude.
I have a similar thing with VHF. When I had so for a while I had my Yagi pointed due east from my house, right? And I can't point it there anymore. It's so sad. I used it to get into VVR and the 3.3. I can't do it anymore because I realized there's a certain landmark between me and where my Yagi was pointing, and it's San Francisco International, and talking on VHF at 160 watts probably isn't the most intelligent idea with SFO right there, and my RF path was. So when I had it for a while pointed towards the south a little bit, I would key up, and I could just be running 25 watts, and it would be fine. The second I stepped up to 65, using the George Foreman, key up, everybody's motion lights on the street, which are really annoying because when cars go by at night, they light up. All the lights turned on. There was no cars on the street, and I'm sitting up there upstairs. That's when I have my ham shack up there, and I look, and just the street lights up, and I look out. So I wait a few minutes. They all turn off, right? And I look like this. And I was on the 3.3 at the time being. I was talking to, I think I was talking to Ben actually, and I just went like this, click, and I see all the lights turn on the street. I'm like, yep, time to go out at 3 a.m. in the morning on the roof while it's like 43 degrees out. Rotate the Yagi because I don't have any type of rotor up there.
But here's the thing, people will pay good money for like remote control of stuff like that. Just consider yourself like you have full visibility of your entire street with the click of a button. That's pretty cool. Get a hat.
Just drive around with it on my roof. Yeah,
Dale, what is that? Dale, what is that?
It's a rotator.
It's like a 1965 era rotator that I picked up online. I got the motor, the rotator motor, with a whole bunch of junk that was like, hey, this is sort of ham, have this. And so I had to get on eBay, and I picked up the controller, and so now I have the 11 beam 2 meter up on the roof with the rotator.
Hey, I'm a little wet behind the ears still, man. Can you explain what a rotator is? I swear to God, I don't know what that is, man. I swear to God.
It's a radio.
It's just a motor.
It's like a phone.
You see mine kind of rotate stupid. You know what it is?
It'll rotate your antenna.
Oh,
You sit on it and it rotates you.
Yeah, okay. No, Kellen, dude, Kellen has one of those, man. Yeah.
This is a beautiful sound. Listen to this. This is a sound that probably only your parents know.
Nah, dude, my parents are from
I know,
Mexico. They don't know what this shit is.
Dude, I'm so mad. My neighbors, before they moved
That's
out,
cool, dude.
they had one on their roof, and I was gonna they were moving out, right? Because they remodeled the entire house over there. They were the only
cool.
neighbors that were okay with my ham radio stuff. And I was gonna walk over there and be like, hey, I see you guys have a TV antenna rotator on your roof. I'll go up there and get it. If you guys want it, I'll buy it, right? And I was just gonna give them like, $50 for it. It was an older one, and then that day, my neighbors and our family had a falling out. So then I was like, damn. And when I was sitting here one day, I realized it got ripped down in the remodel. And when I went to look over there at the new neighbors, and I was gonna say, hey, did you guys pull something off the roof? And I kind of showed them a picture, and they're like, oh yeah. And then they showed it to me, and the guys literally threw it off the roof, like 7 to 8 foot drop on the concrete, and the thing was just destroyed. And I was like, oh man, because good rotators are, they're expensive, but
Yeah,
I mean,
hey, that's cool, Dale. I like the look of that thing, man. It looks kind of retro, and it works fine. It works exact like how you want it to work.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely perfect. So yeah, it's a Alliance, I think a 100, and the rotator, when I got it, it was frozen. But I opened it up, and it's super simple inside. It's like almost like a clock motor, a tiny little muffin motor going to a huge gear reduction to a worm drive. So there's no worry about the wind spinning the antenna because of the worm drive. It can't turn it.
Yeah.
And so the way it works is as it rotates, there's a little gear that it's basically a cam. As it comes around, it clicks off one and clicks off two.
Yeah.
And that sets off the solenoid and the base box. So
That's really cool, man. I bet you the new stuff is not made like that. I bet you. It's like my dad always says, they don't make it like they used to. He's always saying that. And I bet you they don't make it like that anymore.
This thing's going to last another 100 years. I mean, it's what, 50 years old already?
That's
and
cool,
all I
man.
needed to do is take it apart and literally gave it a tap with a hammer to free it up and then grease it all up and put it on the roof.
That's cool. And what do you have it hooked up to? What kind of antenna?
I got a big Cushcraft. It's a 11 beam 2-meter antenna up on the roof. It's the 11 elements of donkeydom. I don't know.
Kellen has the 15 elements of fury. You see that guy down there? He thinks, look, he's all calm, dude. He's quiet, but that guy's he's packing some serious antenna hardware, man. Don't let that demeanor fool you. That dude is that guy gets in anywhere, man. That's cool.
Kellen?
Yeah, Kellen.
What's crazy about Kellen is I knew this guy for, not Kellen, but this other guy for like, I've known him like 12, 15 years. And then all of a sudden he's saying, hey, I got this buddy, Kellen, who's like really big into ham radio. I was like, no, not the guy that made me change not the guy that made me get a vanity call sign because KM6 ETB was too close to KM6 ETB.
Oh man, yeah. Kellen needs 6 extra tall burritos, is what he's. Yeah. Is that what it is, Kellen?
The extra tall dude. I mean, I'm 6'5", the extra tall dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just the W0 dirty little pervert.
Whoa. Whoa.
I see W6 LLB's got if I'm not mistaken, a TH 9800 or something like that.
Yeah, the jammers out there.
Okay, so that radio, I'll tell you one thing about it. The first thing to go on that radio, if you constantly transmit on it, the first thing to go is that back fan on it. The bearing is just it never got dirty. It sat literally in an enclosed box with ventilation holes, and it was not dusty when I took it apart. And I had it for about 6 months, acting as a crossband before I could get a base set up here, in my room at least. So it was upstairs, and it wasn't temperature related or anything like that. And I've had 3 of them. All of them, the bearings have gone out on the fan, and it just makes this like disgusting rattling sound.
I have fans up
and
the
then-
yin yang here at the shack for that very reason. I go through so
Here's-
many fans.
Here's the best part. Oh, I was gonna say, here's the best part. It's the fan is so, it's like you would think it's like, okay, yeah, I'll just go on and buy something on like Fleabay, right? It's proprietary, and you have to put yeah, it's just like I've had nothing but bad luck with. I gave up on the radios. It used to be what I had on my desk as just my VFO radio, and that one that I had was the last one that I ever bought, because of the fan going out on them. They're cool because they do 6 meters, and 10 I've never messed with, but yeah, no, that radio did
Ben.
not do me justice.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. I got another one over here.
Yeah, hey Ben, what kind of radio is that? Is that that Elecraft you always talk about, or is that?
I don't have a Helicraft.
Or
Which
Elecraft.
radio? Oh, the
A
one in the
hovercraft.
background there? That guy?
What is that?
That's a Ross DSC 500 secured Marine.
Dude, that looks rugged. But what's
yeah, it's built like a brick shithouse.
what's the other radio? The one that you were seeing, you showing originally. What kind of radio is that?
That's a TYT 9800.
Oh, the TYT.
Quad bander.
Why do you have a marine radio at your station?
Because it's America.
Multiples. I got them right there. What are
Okay.
you talking about, man? I got marine radios up the wazoo because I can listen to ships in the bay. Are you kidding me?
Dude, Ben's a mariner, dude.
Hey, wait, now tell me, you guys, okay, I'll use smart brainiacs. What the hell is that thing with the buttons? Low frequency multiplier. There you go.
No, I'm too young to know what that is, dude.
That's a PDP-11 interface.
Who said that?
No, it's not. It's a low frequency multiplier. Yeah. You know what that is. You don't know.
Dude, I have clueless, dude. I don't know what that is, dude.
Say hello to my friends. There's one there. I got another one right there. Anyway, yeah. You don't like marine radios? I even got the Hailer. See, I got the Hailer and another one. Oh wait, there's another one down here back behind the Commodore 64. And then let's see. Oh yeah, and then I got the sirens in case I want to bleed people's ears. See,
Dude,
I can just kill you.
are all these radios hooked up to power, dude, or do you? Because that's a lot of.
No,
radios,
I have to bank power them. No, dude, I gotta bank power them. Are you kidding me?
That's a cool station, man. That's a nice shack. I like that. Yeah, man, you're.
I need
Dude,
crap-
these guys are
I need
surrounded by
batteries.
radios. You need batteries?
Oh yeah. That's what I. Well, yeah, I need storage, but you can see, I don't have a lot of power supplies. See, I need more power supply. What the hell am I doing here? Is that me? Wait, I got the wrong camera on. Sorry. No, what it is I need more batteries. You know, like batteries to run. I can't run everything at once because I got, this is an outdoor shed, so I got it plugged into the GFCI circuit for the swimming pool, stuff. So yeah, it's all on one cord.
That's the dedicated circuit to the swimming pool you've got it plugged into. That'll pass code. No problem.
No, it's the GFCI accessory. But I'm running 3 desktops, a tablet, plus 6 radios on right now, but the volumes are down. But yeah, it's a lot of power. And then if I turn the laser printer on, then that really creates havoc.
It's always the printer that does you in.
I'm having some work.
Yeah.
I'm having some work done.
Who's having what?
I'm having some work done on my kitchen right now. Like I'm having a proper vent hood put in. But the reason I bring this up is because I may or may not have asked the contractor, because I live in a multi-unit condo building, and I was like, well, gee, that's at least 20 meters worth of metal tubing going through the roof.
You think I could tie into that? I wasn't willing to go along with it.
With a good tuner, you could load up the vent pipe, no problem.
See what I mean,
Oh
dude?
yeah.
Won't radiate very well, but it won't blow up your radio.
Hey, it doesn't matter, dude. If you got a good match, that's all you need.
Well,
arguably.
Only can make it down the street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
you can throw watts into it. You can throw watts into it.
Yeah, dude. Hey, what about Dan? What about Dan changing his profile picture, dude? Look at this guy. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, watch out. Your bot girlfriend might
Yeah, careful.
dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys,
Banner again.
it's 9:10. We can keep the conversation going here a little bit, but I'm
9:11,
gonna say bye to YouTube. So before we
Bye,
all
YouTube.
before we all leave, I just wanted to give
Yeah, dude.
everybody a chance to say sayonara.
And by the way, these are all the pictures that are from today. Some of these were
see that.
selfies that Aaron took of himself on the tower at 3,700 feet.
He